name is Karim, and I should be an IT, fixing the computer. Today I'm here for history that I came across by that, but also thanks to a friend of mine whose name is Slim, who did together us together with the Dream Team. I'm a Secretary General of Cartagena, which is a non-profit operating in Tunisia since 2013, and our main goal is to promote heritage and to value our history, which is a hell of a mission. Because for those who have been here in Tunisia long enough, understand how complicated it is in history. Every time you're gonna see, okay, I'm gonna have an event about the medians. Oh, it's very complicated because there is this and this and this, which goes exactly the same for World War II in Tunisia. It did last only 6 months, but it's really complicated and full of events, full of people, almost the biggest leaders and the personalities and the journalists have been here in Tunisia in those 6 months. So as soon as we get the presentation ready, I'm going to tell you about our humble work that has been ongoing for the last couple of years, which is totally under the umbrella of Cartagena, which is totally voluntary, non-profit work that it started to get us good reputation in the World War II community worldwide, which is a huge community. Take your time. Alhamdulillah. Here we go. So this is our logo, and to explain things now really, so I should use the cursor from the keyboard. What we are just Tunisians, and we have the team British, French, even Australian, people from here today, and our love for history is our main. The main reason we are together. This is the photo. This was taken in Takruna, and what we do, 3 main things. We gather to talk. We have a monthly meetup. We have a series of talks, about World War II, specifically depending on the timeline. And we have excursions. We explore the locations, and sometimes we go for a day. Believe it or not, we go once in a while. We go to the Majestic Hotel, the Majestic Hotel downtown, because at some point it used to be the HQ for Germans and for British and Americans as well. So we go there and we sit in the same table that faces the room where we think one army, the last general, the highest ranked German officer in Tunisia was, once there. So you understand the vibes. Go ahead. So this is as I said, we are a group of wannabe historians, not historians. As Mr. Nordin once said, we are the historians of the Sunday. We are totally, amateurs. It's a hobby, so we don't, we always have issues with historians that they tell us that you are not historians. I know that. We are okay with that. This is a photo in Longstep Hill, which is somewhere beyond, this which was once one of the most career active scenes for battles. And we are here just to follow the steps of the narrative. We have the books, we have also maps. It's very, very precise. We also just imagine that here is Slim, who is the reason we are a group. Here Trevor is he's a British, he's #1 historian for the matter. And this is Gary. Gary is a British working in Sousse. he has his grandfather here once was here in the war in Tunisia. What a coincidence. So just imagine we went to العالمية, a Commonwealth cemetery, and we had the books, we had the narratives, and we were reading, what happens in the battle in the cemetery, and we went to the hill, and we knew exactly where those soldiers once ate and sit, and even one they fought, the exact location when they fought. There is not much to see. It's a huge hill. There is no landmarks. Sometimes we can find bullets, shutters, and sometimes if you are lucky enough, you can find, and sometimes we once found, even a shell. So, but if you don't know the history and you don't know the scale, it's relatively nothing to say about. But if you know the history, it's a different dimension. This is how we operate. We gather the archives we have. There is a huge amount of archives online. There are books. Slim, by the way, Slim, the leader of the group, is a bookworm. So right now, the record for the most books about World War II in Tunisia is held by Trevor, who lives in the UK. He have a whole library. I think he have almost 400 books just for the World War II events in Tunisia only. And every year there are new books that are edited, that are reissued, and the new ones. So we get there. We go to the field. Can you imagine you going in a place where there is nothing, and you trace back the history, there is the story of an attack, and then you find two pits, but those two pits now. If you came by, you will never notice, but you know exactly those two locations. The first one, small pit, was once a location for an MG42. And the big one was for a Flak 88. And next by, you'll find the 30mm bullets for an airplane. So you have the whole story cut up, and you did make a major discovery that makes the narratives 100% accurate and understood. And then, so we made, we're gonna make photos, videos. By the way, we have a huge presence on social media. But what we said, we have a blog, Substack blog. It's always www.Tunisia or Tunisia history. And then we didn't even have a chance to correct some books. In fact, all of them. Because we are on the ground zero, we have the information, we double check things, so we have the most accurate information when it comes to the World War II history in Tunisia. Go ahead. This is part of our work always. This is Mosfet. Mosfet is an amazing explorer. Mosfet can look to reach and from a photo and can detect the location. It's amazing. You can't believe how amazing it is. And the last discovery he made, he was able to find another location for dragon teeth somewhere close by Mornagia. You know what is a dragon teeth? Those cement blocks they put on the ground to prevent tanks from advancing. They look like triangle, like a small pyramid. And they are very, very rare because the Germans in Tunisia, they didn't build much. They used the bunkers that were built already by French, but they didn't build a lot. They did really, really few locations. So this is a major discovery, and it's not in no book, in no map. It was made thanks to Muslim. This is Trevor. Trevor is a retired British officer, and his hobby and passion and work is the 6 months of World War II. He does an amazing job. You can find him in Blue Sky, and Twitter is very active, and he's a #1 source for the period. This is one of the maps. We are always having different maps. There are rare maps. There are maps had by Germans, not maps but by the British, and we use them all the time before exploring another location. We even have the chance to, for example, there was a battle in an airport, from airfield in Jeddah. You know Jeddah. Jeddah is somewhere one of the suburbs, and there was a video of a battle, and our measurement was go up to the hill, and now was the cameraman British, American, or French, depended on where exactly, and we have been able to pinpoint the location where the cameraman was standing. And from that, we understood that the cameraman was British. So it gave the history more sense. It gave his footage more credibility. Next. This is us. We are in a different hill, facing a different hill, because when the battles happens, the generals are in a different location. So we have a different view again. Double check. This is in summertime. This is Musa again. This is Philippe. Philippe is also. So we pinpoint with correct maps, understand how the battles, and it's amazing. You can't believe how amazing it is when you see the battle location, and then you have the maps, you have the narratives, you have the story, and you understand how things work. How you get to Lockstop Hill, and then get to the top of the hill, and suddenly you can see desert, somewhere, Tunis, and Nuba at the same time. That's why there was a bloody battle there. You understand? You understand a lot about photography, about of war, about mechanics, because it was a pass for tanks, and it gives you a better understanding of what happened back there. And this is Irabis. This is an air defense base that have bunkers, and it was used at some point by the Germans. Use it, not construct it, but at a different location, because we try as well to visit every location that had a relation, that had a meaning, for the era, which are quite rare. Next one. This is one of the best discoveries. This is not a regular bullet. This is a 30mm aircraft bullet. And if you understand how it works, this bullet has 83 years in the same location in the ground. And we had a chance to find it because it's in a field where people they do farming, and from the time to time there was erosion and things they get discovered. But the meaning of this, that we found 5 to 6 of them next to the flat 88 down to Lockstop Hill, because there was a raging battle there, and the flat 88 who was located in a low angle of the hill, was ahead for the British soldiers, because it was firing at them, but they couldn't see it. And planes, when they died, they couldn't hit it as well. So it's a lot of things. So this is very rare. Next. We are trying, in the spirit of Cartagena, again, in the spirit of our work to preserve history, to give, those locations the value they deserve, because they once were crowded scene for battles. And nowadays they're just vegetation and sheep and goats, So what we are trying to do is to try to uncover the most as we can of this history, valuable, very valuable, part of our history, even though it was a battlefield for different nations, but it happened here, it was very meaningful. And we are trying, to document them with GPS. We have very accurate maps now with locations. We transform the narrative into very accurate, photos and videos. And we easily now, thanks to this, I can take, for example, Winky for a tour, for a location. I know exactly what happened there, by the date, by the number, by the name. This is how amazing we have achieved right now. We did achieve, this kind of detail, precision and detail, that we know that in this location there was this tank or this, this gun, and these people that were stationed here, and how long they stayed, what they ate, what they wear, uniforms. And this happened 83 years ago. And there is absolutely no mathematics, just narratives, and just narratives, and history books. So once every month, when we can, we do skip 1 month, I think, we have a gathering and we have speakers, and we talk about World War II. It's an amazing topic, and people come across, they come to listen, to exchange. This is one in the American corner, the library of Dart in Dina. Oh, this is the. Yes, by chance. This is by complete chance. So the World War II community in Tunisia is growing up. It does exist. It used to be spread out in different locations, but right now we are a big community and we are having fun. Just to let you know that besides the museums we have, there is also a small museum in Tatawi. It's called the Museum of the Company of Tunisia, which is a private held museum, and there is another small museum which is called the Pattern Museum in Gafsa. So there was always an interest for this era, more than you can think. Yes. Oh, Winky. And they put there.
I'm not a fading voice.
So Winky is always speaking about the palace and the legacy of the palace. So there's no surprise for that. And this is the sleep.
She's the expert.
She's the expert. Yes.
Nobody else cares.
She can give you stories about Burkina for 5 hours straight.
Yep, we have that. Yep, you're all up there. That's good. Yes.
So and this is Sleep. Sleep is he's behind this amazing group, and he is a bookworm. He I think he has a record of right now for Tunisian books for Tunisia. He has the record. I think he almost have over 300 books about it, and he keeps. And the more you read, the more you're gonna know a lot. The more you're gonna collect books, because books that they have a lot of mistakes. This is very important. This is with Tripoli as well. This is the Commonwealth Cemetery, which is in العالمية. Which is a point also the War Cemetery in Vida. That's your next. So what we are doing, we are not recreating history. We are just trying to create better organized archives we are visiting, the battlefield, taking more photos, taking more accurate, having more accurate, data, and helping each other to understand the era, which is a very important milestone in the large scale of Tunisian history. I think this is the last one. This is my photo of me in the German cemetery of war in Bursa. And it tells about this is a monument for the area because the Germans they did gather all their cemeteries in one location in Bursa that was once donated by Burkina. So it's a history. That's the last one. History never finishes. It's a hobby. Everybody does enjoy it, I think. And it's open to anybody who wants to join us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.